on your classic metal show with the man behind the mask. And just before that, you got a happy birthday greeting.
Okay.
From our girl down there in Columbus, Ohio. Tori. Yeah. Tori Watson. She said, happy birthday, Chris.
Well,
what's up, Neeley? For Halloween, my request is Motley in the beginning, shout at the devil. Checking in from Columbus, Ohio. Hand job.
Thank you, Tori.
So
I will accept your hand job.
I don't know if that hand job was directed at you or... So I'm going to assume it was you because it's your birthday.
Well, if it was directed at me, I will accept your hand job. Thank you.
Handy to you from Tori.
Thank you, Tori. I will take your hand job and love it.
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, I was listening to the lead-in around the time of the music coming in and out, and it said, and I think you guys ripped this off, I'm not sure, but it said two faces made for radio, or is it two feces made for radio?
What do you think it really
Hail
said?
and Kill, hand job, bye-bye.
All right, funny guy.
Jokester.
Yeah, he's funny.
Got jokes.
Leave the jokes to us, fella.
Yeah, he's a funny one.
Yeah, you should get your own radio show. I'd tune in, not.
He told us.
He did. He's hysterical.
Radio show over, guys.
Yeah.
Feelings hurt.
He's a commodian, all right.
Well, feelings are hurt. We're done now.
All right. Well, since you said you're still up for some political talk.
Bring it on.
All right. This is, I don't know how political this is or socially driven, or I'm not really sure exactly how to categorize this.
Okay.
But before I get into this, I was watching some Caitlin Bennett today.
Okay.
And she was she's been spending some time in Florida.
All right.
I don't know if she's living down there part-time during the colder months, or I'm not exactly sure why, but a lot of her videos recently are from Florida.
Well, if that makes her wear less, then it's all good.
Well, yeah, she's dressed in shorts and so on and so forth. But so she was out there at this quote unquote, this Biden rally.
Okay.
And of course it was one of these car rallies.
All right.
So they were holding it in like a fairground or something like that.
Okay.
And they were only letting so many cars in. And then they closed the gates. And of course she had to relate that to keeping people out with walls.
Right.
So she was over there taunting the Biden supporters, which there was probably like 12.
Right.
And on the other side of the street, there was literally hundreds of Trump supporters.
Oh, nice.
There was like 12 Biden supporters waving their Biden Harris signs out in front of this fairground. Right. And then across the street, all the way down as far as you could see, there were hundreds of Trump supporters.
Oh, good.
Down there. So she went over there to talk to the Biden supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, these lefty loony liberals.
Yeah.
She's out in the outside, out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to talk to these people, and of course they don't want to talk to her, you know, because I'm not speaking to you.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you ever noticed it or not, and this seems to be a trend.
Okay.
Do you ever notice something about liberal people or liberal supporters? Just in general?
As far as what? Their attitude?
Their appearance.
I mean, there's the obvious, the blue hair and the pink hair.
Well, and not only that, but
tats, piercings.
They're usually the most unattractive people you've ever seen. I mean, they never have any hot women. They're always overweight. They're always these butch, dykey looking women that are like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and they're always just disheveled looking. You know, you always see these Trump supporter women and stuff, and they're usually pretty hot. A lot of them are.
Well.
You know, they look successful, they look happy, they're upbeat, they're smiling, they're friendly. You go over to the lib side, and they're always these fat bus driver of the month women.
You think that's a universal truth?
I don't know, but it just seems like every time you see it, it's just like they're these They're the Rachel Maddow looking women.
Right.
You know, they always look like that. So anyway, there's these two big piggy women over there. They were both probably tipping the scales at like 300 pounds.
Okay.
And so she was trying to talk to them. And of course they started screaming at her about wearing a mask and that they were quote unquote putting their health at risk.
Okay.
And they turn around, walk away. And she said, look at these two being concerned about their health.
Okay.
She goes, it just escapes me. You didn't get the joke.
Oh, I get the joke. I get it. It's believe me, it's I live it. Are you kidding?
I understand, but it was, I mean, she was making that comment. Yeah. It just made me laugh because it's just like, look at these two women. They're so concerned about their health. This just escapes me.
Yeah. It's like, don't get that COVID near me, but fucking bring on the cheesecake. I get it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, that's one of the reasons that I don't give a shit about wearing a fucking mask.
Right.
I don't do anything else to fucking get myself healthy. Why the fuck should I worry about that?
Exactly. But her joke was just funny though, because she just had that really dry sense of humor.
Right.
Yeah, this just escapes me. They're worried about their health. Well, anyway, not only are these lib women unattractive, right, but they're always so angry all the time.
Yeah, because they don't fucking have any outlet that they don't complain about. They bitch about comedy, they bitch about movies, they bitch about music, they bitch about everything. They have nothing at all that that entertains them.
Yeah, they should have met Keith. He showed them how to make themselves happy.
He probably would have.
Yeah. But they don't have any money either, so he wouldn't have been interested in them.
Yeah. He wouldn't have given them the time of day.
No. But anyway, as you're aware, I'm sure that we have a new Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
In Amy Coney Barrett, or they're calling her ACB.
ACB. Does everybody have to have a acronym?
Well, they're doing that. Well, the thing is this goes all the way back to JFK, and then of course LBJ.
AOC.
It's that whole tradition.
Yeah. RBG.
RBG. Well, see, that's the whole thing. So that's a typical lib Democrat thing.
Right.
So it's driving the libs crazy that people are referring to Amy Coney Barrett as ACB.
That's what they're worried about?
Yes, absolutely.
And then you wonder why they're always angry and not happy? Jesus.
You're stealing our moniker. Those 3-letter things belong to the Democrats.
Oh, is that true?
AFK, LBJ, RGB, AOC.
Oh.
That's us, man.
Okay. All right. Well, have at it then.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
If you ever listen to the Dems or the libs, they're always talking about how they champion women.
Okay.
They're always talking about women's rights and how women need to be empowered and how they need to promote women, and women need to be strong and they need to be independent and they need to be just as equal to men, and they need to we need to encourage their success in life and lift them up, and they're just as equal and all this other stuff.
Right.
But when you get a woman like ACB, who's been elevated to the Supreme Court,
bag of shit.
No support there at all. None.
Bag of shit.
Yep. She was confirmed this week as the newest associate justice on the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Not one Democrat vote, not one woman Democrat vote to put her in the Supreme Court. Not one.
Well, that seems about right, because it's representation of the people, Neeley.
Right. So Amy Coney Barrett, she's a very accomplished woman in her career as a judge.
Right.
And now she is an associate justice.
Mm-hmm.
No support.
Well, why should she doesn't have the right views.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was just women.
It's women that think the way they're supposed to.
Oh, so it's only women who think this way.
That's right.
Not women in general. It's only liberal women.
That's right.
Oh, I got it. So it's a hypocrisy is what you're telling me.
Dude, conservatism is the scourge of life.
I guess it is.
If you're a conservative, you are the scourge.
Right. Well, apparently the Girl Scouts of America, who champion women and girls and empowerment and girl power and, try to teach girls good lessons in life to make them successful and as they grow and, take on challenges to become, successful in just life in general.
Okay.
They threw out a little tweet this week to congratulate Amy Coney Barrett for becoming, a female associate justice on the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Well, of course, they caught all kinds of shit for saying congratulations to her because she doesn't deserve it.
Well, yeah. How dare they give her any kind of accolades?
No. The Girl Scouts organization is clarifying its stance on women's empowerment after facing controversy for a statement congratulating recently confirmed Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett on Wednesday.
And what would have happened if they didn't? If they would have just said, you know what, fuck you. We're going to support a woman that just did something good. What do you think would have happened? Do you think liberal women are sending their kids to the Girl Scouts? That sounds like a highly conservative thing.
Yeah.
To be teaching, because every value system of the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts or whatever, that's conservative all the way. That's, nuclear family and, honor and, all the different things that the left does not seem to fucking care about. If they wouldn't have taken this tweet down, I doubt they would have had any fucking effect on their membership or anything.
I wouldn't think so.
Do you think that too? I mean, the same as far as their value system is very right leaning.
Well, it's conservative leaning. I don't know so much right, but just good values in general.
Yeah. Well, as long as it doesn't affect the Thin Mints, I'm good.
Yeah.
Need those.
Congratulations, Amy Coney Barrett, on becoming the fifth woman appointed to the Supreme Court since its inception in 1789. The since deleted tweet read alongside an image of Barrett and the four other justices who came before her. That would be Sandra Day O'Connor, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sonia Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan.
How dare they post something so insensitive and wrong? How dare they? What's wrong with them?
Instead of celebratory responses, however, the Girl Scouts message was met with replies from critics saying Barrett's conservative views were at odds with the organization's message of girl power.
Yeah, pal. How is that not girl power?
I don't know. That sounds pretty powerful to me.
Yeah. How is a girl taking what? 11% of the country's lawmaking, not girl power.
That sounds pretty powerful to me.
I was going to say, it sounds pretty empowered to me too. Okay.
So here's some of the replies to the Girl Scouts for daring to congratulate a reprobate like Amy Coney Barrett.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
The Girl Scouts just tweeted out support for Amy Coney Barrett, confirming they believe girls really don't matter to them. Disgusting. Girl Scouts grow up and need full range of health care. Hard pass on the cookies this year, girls.
Oh, brother, shut up. Just like the people that said that they were going to boycott the NFL, but went running right back to it by week 2.
Right.
Ain't nobody going to boycott the Girl Scout cookies. Those motherfuckers are way too good to pass on those. Fuck that. Amy Barrett could have been for killing babies up to 5 years of age, and I'm still eating Girl Scout cookies.
Right. Right.
That shit's good.
Right. I've got to say, it's a queer, disabled, lifelong Girl Scout. See, this all boils down to the 0.001% of people. I'm sorry, not everyone can be represented equally in everything that you do.
That's right.
I've got to say, as a queer, and you have to conform to what everybody else is doing. Not people don't conform to you.
Right.
I've got to say, as a queer, disabled, lifelong Girl Scout, this bums me out hard. Mm-hmm. This isn't about partisanship. It's all about what Amy Coed Barrett's place will mean on the court for millions of Girl Scouts, namely losing our rights and having our lives jeopardized.
Acid Trip in the YouTube chat. Isn't Neeley a Girl Scout supporter? The age he dates?
Well, I'm like Jizzy. Let me touch your cookies. Let me eat your cookies.
The Thin Mints and Samoans.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Many pointed specifically to the threat that the justice represents toward women's reproductive rights. You got the right to reproduce if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go fuck your brains out. Most of you do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unprotected, mind you.
Yeah. Oh, that's where it interferes.
Oh, I see.
You should be allowed to clothes hanger those babies at will.
Yeah, well, okay. LGBTQ rights and the nation's response to climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change. Some even threatened to boycott the organization. They threatened to.
So boycott them.
Yeah.
I dare you. I triple dog dare you to walk past the Girl Scouts on your way into Walmart to buy your fucking whatever nonsense and not buy those fucking cookies this year.
Yeah.
I dare you to boycott the Girl Scouts.
Well, but I will tell you as a fact that pretty much on a yearly basis, whenever I see the Girl Scouts parked out in front of Walgreens or something,
yeah,
I'll throw them a $20 bill and not even take the cookies.
Well, this year, take the cookies and mail them to your good friend, the Fatso over here.
Well, if that's the case, I will mail you the cookies.
Mail.
But I always throw them $20. I just give them the money. I don't eat the cookies, so I just keep your cookies. Here's some money.
Let me just tell you, your fat dying co-host loves the Thin Mints.
Well, I like them too, or I used to. I don't think I've had any in years, but I like them as well.
I'll take some Thin Mints.
Yeah. They get all melty in that plastic, that tray.
Oh, like I'm going to have them that long. Jesus, Neeley.
So within the hours, the organization, like a bitch, pulled down their initial tweet and it was replaced with an explanation.
Yeah, that's showing some girl power.
Yeah, so you bowed to the pressure.
You caved when it came to celebrating an actual accomplishment by women.
So why don't you just consider that a bitch slap from your abusive husband and you kowtowed to his will?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good job in teaching empowerment of women.
It's the same reaction you had when you got that black eye for dinner being late.
Exactly.
Shut up with your empowerment.
Yeah, you just failed.
Yep, you're a fraudulent organization.
Exactly. Earlier today, we shared a post highlighting the 5 women who have been appointed to the Supreme Court. It was quickly viewed as a political and partisan statement. How is that partisan?
Well, because it's wrong think.
Oh, so if say the next Democrat president was able to appoint a female justice to the court and they did the same thing, it would have been fine. Is that what you're saying? Oh,
yes. When they start stacking the court here in a few years, better believe that it'll be all embraced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, as a political and partisan statement, that was not our intent. So we removed the post.
Oh, good. Good for you. So brave, so bold.
Yeah. Girl Scouts of the USA is not a non-political, non-partisan organization. We are neither red nor blue, but Girl Scouts are green, and we are here to lift up girls and women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you buckled like a beaten woman.
Yeah. We're here to lift them up as long as they're on the blue side.
Right.
Because if you lift them up on the red side, you gotta backtrack.
Exactly.
Shut up, pathetic.
You need to cower in the corner like an abused wife.
Yeah, pathetic. And again with the apology. The apology. We say it's not even worth saying. It's just a known. Don't do it. Don't ever apologize. What did it get you? Nothing. Nothing. Neeley, go ahead, since you're reading comments. Read me the comments now that I know that are next in line for you to read, that you were just about to read, that say that after they took the tweet down, they accepted their apology, and that everybody's back on board with the Girl Scouts. And go. Oh, you don't have those to read, do you?
No, of course not.
Of course not. Ridiculous. Don't apologize. Don't even acknowledge fucking Twitter. First of all, that's where this alleged backlash came from.
Yeah, of course.
The fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't even acknowledge it.
You responded to a digital nothing.
Yeah. Don't acknowledge it. Move the fuck on. Turn your tweet to private, whatever. Just don't acknowledge it. Enough with this bullshit. God, people are soft.
Yep. We have a legacy of highlighting women who have risen to the top of their fields, including leaders of both political parties and our judicial branch. It was in this tradition that we congratulated Justice Barrett, as we have for Justice Kagan, Sotomayor, Ginsburg, and O'Connor. The spokesperson said, this has been construed to be a political statement because it's a conservative woman.
Yeah.
But that was not our intent, and we removed the post to minimize the negative conversation.
Did your post say something about congratulations, right-leaning ACB?
No.
No, it just said congratulations. As a woman, you did good.
Yeah.
Fucking the statement is more enraging than the actual taking down of the original post.
I agree.
Because they're trying to justify it as making it even worse. Don't apologize. Don't cave. What the fuck is it going to take?
Well, but here's the thing. They just admitted that they sent out congratulations to Kagan, Sotomayor, Ginsburg, and O'Connor, and it was perfectly fine.
And it was fine, but when they did the same exact thing for this one, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Just fuck off. Here, take your problem and fuck off. I'm going to give every one of the girls the fucking fuck off badge for not apologizing on stupid shit. Congratulations for getting the moral stand-up badge.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Congratulations to a woman who rose to heights because of her hard work and diligence through her career and her years.
Mm-hmm. Just fuck the Girl Scouts.
Well, she's got the wrong thought process, so fuck her.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Don't congratulate her.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't suck 1,000 cocks like Camel Toe Harris. Where she is. And she adopted 2 black children just as a prop.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. For over 100 years, we have and will continue to work for equality and to break down barriers for girls everywhere.
You're not working for equality.
No, you're not.
You're proving that you accept inequality based on concept of thought.
Yeah.
You're not working for equality. Equality would be no matter what they fucking think, you're going to support it. You're going to simply support a woman achieving greatness, we'll call it. And that's not what you're doing here. You're backing off of it because someone might construe it as something that they don't like. Fuck them. Why does their opinion matter? Why does their opinion matter to you so much? So stupid.
I agree.
Guess what, companies? I'm going to say this to all the companies. A company is just like a person. There's going to be people that like it. There's going to be people that don't. No matter what, in human being fashion, there's people that like you, Neeley. There's people that don't. There's people that like me. There's people that don't. And you just live that way. It's the same with a business. You have a business, there's some people that are going to like your business. There's some people that are going to hate your business. And you can't live your fucking life or your existence as a person or as an organization based on trying to please everybody.
Right. You'll never please everyone. Never.
It's an impossibility. It is. If you were giving away gold and pussy for absolute free, there would be somebody that said you didn't give me enough, or I don't like either. I want platinum and cock. You know, that's what would happen. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like something about what you do. So stop trying to please everybody.
Or they say, can I have half gold, half pussy?
Yeah. That's it. There's always a fucking reason.
Or somebody says, I have enough gold, I'll just take the pussy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
or some say, I don't really care for pussy, but I'll take the gold.
Right. I'll take the gold and buy whatever pussy I want.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of alternatives here, but you know, the point is that no matter what you give away, somebody would complain.
Of course.
No matter what it is. So stop bowing to the complainers. If the Girl Scouts are a good organization, which up till now I've heard really nothing bad about, you know, not really. I mean, even in the Girl Scouts don't even have like the rape shit. Not like the Boy Scouts.
Well, I mean, typically you don't have, you know, women leaders performing cunnilingus on underage girls.
Yeah, they save that for the teachers at the schools. But yeah, you know, I mean, for the most part, I've really in my lifetime never heard anything really horrible about the Girl Scouts. That's not to say that they haven't had stuff, but you know, why bow? Why bow down to the fucking, you know, keyboard warrior masses? It's so stupid. Do your thing. Be the Girl Scouts. You know, what are you teaching? You're allegedly teaching these young, impressionable 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old girls how to fucking, you know, be strong. And what did you teach them?
Excel in life.
Yeah, and what did you teach them? Kowtow to what the man says.
No, kowtow to what's popular.
Yeah. Yeah. Be part of the populace. Don't have individual thought.
No. Don't be an individual at all. Just make sure you just sort of go with the flow and, you know, go with the herd mentality.
Yeah. Don't think for yourself.
No.
Do what everybody else is.
Don't be an independent thinker.
Yeah. Do what everybody else is doing. Don't think for yourself.
Make sure you please everyone. Make sure you please who criticizes you.
Yeah. Such a stupid stance.
Yeah, it was just a dumb thing for them to do.
Yeah, it really was.
For over 100 years, we have and will continue to work for equality and to break down barriers for girls everywhere and support increasing the presence of women across all levels of government. Well, isn't that what you just did when you originally posted a thing saying congratulations?
Yeah, and then you backed off it.
Yeah, then you went, oh, well, that upset some people. We're going to take that down. Hurry up, take it down.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Somebody got upset.
Yeah. Can't have that.
Yeah, people on Twitter continued to criticize the organization.
See, there it is.
For both backtracking and posting in support of the controversial figure in the first place. Why is she controversial? What's controversial? Because she's a constitutional originalist? Is that controversial?
You know, I didn't like that she had that blank pad of paper in front of her personally. I found that to be offensive, and I also found it offensive that she has straight hair. That's very offensive to me. dumb.
You know, I've had people come into my office
Mm-hmm.
and they go, I want to make this order. And they go, I want this, you know, container with this, that, the other. And I go, okay. I go, you're not making any notes. And I go, it's all up here.
Yeah.
And they go, well, what did I want? Well, you want this container. You want 4 LED lights. You want 6 receptacles. You want, you know, insulation. You want this, that, the other. I would name it all back to them.
Oh, okay. And that's what you get too, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I said, don't worry. This isn't my first rodeo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You didn't write anything down.
All right. Would you make you feel better if I do?
Yeah. Should I write it down so you can take it with you? Go
How about
home.
if I hold the pad up and I just make believe that I'm writing? Will that make you feel better?
Well, show me the pad. Did you write anything on? Oh, I'd have a Amy Cohen Barrett moment.
Yeah. No.
Show me your pad. What did you write?
Not a damn thing.
I didn't have to.
Huh. Yeah, I can keep track. 40-foot trailer. Got it.
You know, that reminds me of the Jack Reacher movie.
Yeah.
When he was in the evidence room checking out the evidence, and that investigator, he goes, yeah. He goes, did you see everything you need to? He goes, yep. He says, I saw it all. He goes, you didn't even take any notes. He goes, don't need to.
Yeah, dude, most people don't need to.
Yeah. He goes,
bullshit.
He goes, so 2 pieces of the evidence was a rifle and a quarter. And he goes, well, what was the serial number on the rifle? He goes, well, what was the year on the quarter? And he just stood there looking at him. He goes, 1982.
Right.
Goes, forest for the trees.
Oh, okay. Dude, a lot of times, even when the few times that I have to go out to meetings and stuff,
Yeah.
I take notes, but it's only to satisfy the customer.
Right.
It's never, I bring a laptop and that way it looks like I mean business.
Well, because you're engaged.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. But I don't need to take notes.
Yeah. Well, me either. I remember shit from 50 years ago.
Yeah. Same here. I remember my
phone
like
number when I was in kindergarten. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like shit, like your phone number when you're in kindergarten and shit like that. You know, I'm the same way, dude. You know, I don't need to, but you know, if it helps me make a deal.
Yeah.
Look,
if you look like you're concerned and engaged and you make them feel better about things.
Right. Well, it's important.
Right. Anyway, getting back to the tweets.
Okay, good.
Tweets, because it's so important to tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who is writing these tweets, but now's a good time for you to learn the difference between nonpartisan and non-political. These words are not synonyms. Uplifting women and girls is inherently political, and you can put that on your cookies.
Wow. What? It's inherently political.
That's what it says.
So in other words, you can never congratulate anybody that doesn't think the way you do.
Absolutely.
Because then you're making a political statement.
Right.
Okay.
Kate says, I'm a social media manager, and my advice.
All right, stop there. Next. Next.
Well, come on. You've got to see what the social media manager has to say, don't you?
I'm a social media manager for a bunch of customers myself, and I can tell you from experience, social media managers are full of shit.
Of course.
So all we do is write shit to fucking pretend that companies are bigger than they are.
Of course.
All right, go ahead. What does the social media manager have to
He's an SJW.
Oh, of course.
And my advice to your social media manager is read the room next time.
No.
You owe every queer Girl Scout, every black Girl Scout, every Hispanic Girl Scout, and many more
Shut up. You don't owe him an apology. Fuck off.
There are many ways to uplift and empower girls, and this was not it.
Shut up. Shut up. Go fucking make another fucking ad for the carpet company that you work for, or the fucking Home Depot that you do fucking posts for. Shut up like you know anything. Social media management. I'm glad to know you know what time is the best to post on Instagram, you fuckwad. That doesn't make you fucking smart. It doesn't make you content brilliant. It doesn't make you shit.
Yeah, but I'm politically correct.
But I know what hashtags to use. Fuck off, social media manager. How about you go fuck yourself? How about that, stupid twat?
This isn't the first time the Girl Scouts have faced criticism for seemingly taking a political stance as the organization's plans to take part in the inaugural day festivities for President Donald Trump in 2017 were met with a petition urging it to abstain.
Yeah.
In 2015, the organization also faced backlash for its transgender inclusion policy, which it quickly defended. Girl Scouts have valued and supported all girls since our inception in 1912. There is not one type of girl. Every girl's sense of self, path to it, and how she is supported is unique. And the Girl Scouts of America representative said, the Girl Scouts of a representative said at that time.
Great. Fantastic. Well, since nobody on that court is fucking standing tall for everybody, then they all should be fucking thrown off, I think.
Right.
Because nobody up there, Republican or Democrat, stands for everybody. So maybe this fucking social media manager twat should read the room herself.
Right.
And understand that nobody is fucking going to be a perfect anything in here. Just stop it. Your job is to fucking lie. That's what a social media manager does, is fucking lies.
Right.
You take a little company and you try to make it look like a big company.
Well, they're a puffer fish.
Yeah, that's it.
They just blow themselves up and try to make themselves look bigger than they are.
Well, I'm a social. Who leads with that?
Well,
as one social media manager to another. That's your fucking pride statement?
Well, I have some big weight here.
That's how you puff your chest out, by stating that you fucking post on Twitter and Facebook? Congratulations, fucking rocket scientist.
Well, again, everybody is impressed by their own position in this world.
Yeah. Dude, maybe I've been doing it wrong. I'm a social media manager for like 13 companies.
Well, I think every time I make a deal,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start the deal out. Well, as the co-host of the Classic Metal Show, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm gonna start leading with, as the president of Aiken IT Services, I would just as the CEO and president of Pinball PA.
Well, I'm gonna start out with as the owner of CMS Enterprises.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
As the co-lead of Aftershocks podcast, let me just tell you, fuck out of here.
Everybody's such a douchebag these days.
Everybody needs so badly to be recognized for
I know.
no reason.
Maybe Keith was right.
Yeah. I wish he would have branded this bitch's mouth shut. Jesus Christ. Branded the fingers right off her hands so she couldn't type anymore.
Exactly. Well, anyway, since we're talking about ACB,
Yeah.
if ACB, that is Amy Coney Barrett, had any integrity, she would not have accepted the SCOTUS appointment.
Yeah, sure, because that's what'll happen. You get offered one of 11 jobs in the entire planet, but you say, no.
No, one of 9.
Oh, one of 9. I'm sorry, one of 9. I was going to 11%. You get one of 9 on the planet. You get to be roughly what? What would that be?
1/9.
But in terms of power in the United States,
Well,
that'd be in the top 15.
Well, I mean, there's 4 branches.
But I'm saying that as far as power goes, you've got president, vice president, speaker of the House, and then the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So she's one of the top 15 most powerful people in the most powerful nation in the world.
Correct.
But she should turn that down.
Yes, because she should have had more integrity.
Yeah, she should have more integrity than taking one of the top 15 jobs in the world.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well,
Idiot.
Well, let's make that point, shall we?
Yeah, please.
On October 26, 2020, Judge Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed to the Supreme Court just 6 weeks after Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, leaving a vacancy on the Supreme Court, and a mere 8 days from an election day.
So?
The Republican-led Senate voted to confirm the controversial judge. What makes her controversial?
She was Trump's girl.
So? Why is it controversial? Is she?
And this argument about 8 days before an election, guess what? Even after the election, Trump's still the president for 2 more fucking months. He gets to make presidential decisions for 2 more fucking months.
Well, almost 3 months, because if he were to lose on Tuesday,
yeah,
he wouldn't get out of office till January 20th.
Oh, is that okay? So almost 3 months.
Almost 3 months.
Yeah. So what is the big deal? That Trump didn't shut it down 6 months before? Fucking sorry if that's what you guys do, but that's not how Trump works. Trump will be doing business the day he leaves. If he loses, don't you think?
Yeah,
if he loses, he'll be trying.
That guy won't just stop working on November 4th.
He will try, but I think he will be trying to get something signed and passed through on November 3rd. On January 20th, I mean.
Yeah, of course. The day of the inauguration, whether it's him or somebody else.
They'll be trying to rush him out the door to get on the fucking helicopter, because he's going to be like trying to jam something through, letting out somebody on a pardon or some shit. You know, that's what he's going to do. He's not going to be like, I'm done.
All presidents have done that.
Yeah, he's not going to be like, fuck it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to just dance at the party and leave. He's not doing that. That's not in that guy's nature ever. She's controversial because she's pro-life, somebody said.
Well, so what?
So what?
Why is that controversial?
It's a political stance.
So?
And it's one of those things that fucking can go either way. You know, it could, you know, I mean, I'm quite sure that fucking, what's her name? Sotomayor. I'm quite sure Sotomayor is what? Anti-life, right? She's pro-killing babies.
Right.
So does that make her controversial too?
No, because she's the norm.
Yeah, no, she's not.
According to the left, that's the norm.
Look, I'm pro-killing babies. That doesn't mean that this ACB is fucking unqualified because she doesn't see it the way I do.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Oh, all right. Well,
she's got to think like you, or she's trash.
Well, there you go. I guess I'm wrong there.
And effectively, she shredded our last hope for a fair and impartial Supreme Court.
Oh, did she?
Our last hope.
All right, well, good. Fuck you. That's the way the ball bounces.
Well, from what I understand about this ACB, she's a originalist constitutionalist. That isn't controversial at all. To interpret the Constitution as it's written is not controversial.
Yeah. Look, if you didn't want to have this happen, fucking you should have kept Ruth Bader Ginsburg alive longer.
Yeah.
Bitch quit on you. That's the way I see it. She quit on you. So there you go.
Yeah. In 2016, the Republican-led Senate refused to even hold hearings for President Obama's Supreme Court nominee, Merrick Garland. All right. Well, again, this had less to do with the fact that President Obama was able to nominate someone.
Right.
Nobody stopped him from nominating someone, but the fact that the Senate chose not to take it up, that's their prerogative according to the Constitution. They can say, yeah, we're not interested. We don't want to.
Right.
That's their constitutional duty to say, yeah, we're not taking it up. Fuck you.
And to hear that Obama passed on doing his job, that's stunning.
No, he didn't pass on it. He did nominate someone.
He did nominate someone. Okay. Well, then there you go.
And they said, yeah, we're not doing it.
All right. Well, then there you go.
So nobody stopped Obama from nominating somebody.
Right.
He nominated him, but it's up to the Senate to say yay or nay. And the Senate said, yeah.
Oh, well. Whatever.
So what are they trying to tell us, that Trump should have not nominated somebody? Is that what they're telling us?
I want to know what any of this has to do with the fucking Girl Scouts. Who gives a shit?
The argument put forth by Senator Mitch McConnell at the time was that they could not confirm a potential justice in an election year because he wanted to give the people a voice in the filling of the vacancy. Other senators confirmed this line of thinking. That is, Senator Lindsey Graham said, I want you to use my words against me. If there's a Republican president in 2016 and a vacancy occurs in the last year of the first term, you could say Lindsey Graham said, let's let the next president, whoever might be, make the nomination.
Well, who the fuck is Lindsey Graham?
No, he's part of the Senate.
Yeah, but he's not the fucking decision maker.
No, he's not.
He's just a dude.
Yeah, he's just one of 100.
This whole argument is so dumb.
It is dumb. I agree.
I mean, their big problem with her is that she's pro-life. Is that kind of what we're saying?
Because they're so afraid that they're going to lose their quote unquote reproduction rights, i.e. Roe versus Wade.
So what they're saying is they want to teach these Girl Scouts that it's okay to become just a fucking shitball cum dumpster.
Yeah, more or less.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, just fucking gather up the cum because you can fucking abort that baby at will.
Yeah, if you fuck with unprotected sex and you get pregnant, yeah, you could just use that as birth control if you want to.
And I'm gonna be honest again. I'll say I'm fine with killing the babies, but the problem that I have there is you're basically saying, yeah, we don't want to teach anybody to have any sort of morality whatsoever.
Nope, the government is the one that's all powerful that tell you you can or you can't.
Yeah, and you should, and if you're going to go by this governmental stance, you should have no morality to speak of. None. It's like, this is so fucking dumb.
It is.
It's like first of all, nobody's going to take away anybody's ability to have an abortion.
True.
It's just not going to happen.
Right.
It is absolutely not going to happen. Because there's always, and for one simple reason, there's always going to be fucking the word rape. And until you get rid of the word rape, you can't get rid of abortions, because then what's going to happen if, let's just play this out. You say, okay, abortions are now illegal. Okay. It's illegal to get an abortion. They're going to have to leave the caveat in there of except in the occasion of a rape. And if they leave that caveat in there, what you're going to get is a zillion fucking accusations of rapes. That's what's going to happen. Yes?
More or less, but then it leads into the whole legal thing of, well, who raped you?
Yeah. Well, this guy that I was...
We're going to have to find that person and bring them up on charges.
Yeah, well, you think that these chicks are going to give a shit about fucking sending some guy up to the big house after he fucking dropped a seed in her?
Probably not.
They're not going to have a problem. Look, they have no problems now fucking saying that they were raped and everything else, and then it comes out that they weren't. How many times have we heard that fucking story? They're not going to have any problem if some dude drops a load in some chick and he knocks her up saying, he raped me. If he doesn't give her everything that she wants, he raped me. And that's what's going to happen. So you can't, abortion's not going anywhere. Sorry. Baby killing is going to be legal for the rest of your lives. Accept it, deal with it, move on. They can pass laws to kind of try and slow it or whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. You're always going to be allowed to kill your fucking unborn kid. So fucking shut up. Move on.
Barrett was confirmed in election week, let alone in an election year, an election that, if the polls are to be believed, is not going well for the impeached president.
Yeah, well, the polls are not to be believed because the media hasn't told us anything worth a fucking years.
Nope. Who nominated Judge Barrett, considering that the majority of Americans, that is 57%, according to a recent post ABC poll, support letting the winner of the presidential election nominate the judge who would fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat. Who exactly is getting a voice in filling this vacancy? Certainly not the majority of Americans.
Who says that?
It's not up to the Americans. It's up to the sitting president.
Yeah, that's his gig.
Yeah, he nominated her. The Senate could choose to say, no, it's an election year. We don't want to.
Yeah.
And they didn't choose to do that. They said, yeah, okay, we'll take it up.
Yeah. This is this is making my fucking head hurt.
Of course.
All I want is some fucking Thin Mints. That's it.
If Trump loses on election day, we have a Supreme Court justice who was not chosen by the people. The people don't choose the justices. The sitting president makes a nomination and the Senate takes it up. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
If Trump wins on election day, we have a Supreme Court justice who believes that the rules others are required to follow do not apply to her or those that agree with her. Right. How can we ever believe she is a justice for the nation when she is willing to take an appointed role that most American citizens would disapprove of her taking the week before a presidential election?
I don't think most are at best you're going to get half at best.
Yeah.
And I think what you'd really get is probably about 35% for, 35% against, and whatever that leaves in the middle, 30% that really don't give a fuck.
Undecided.
Yeah, just don't care.
I cannot help but to question Justice Barrett's ability to act as a neutral arbiter of the law.
Shut up.
Yeah, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a neutral arbiter.
Yeah. First of all, Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't know where she was half the fucking time. She was fucking damn near dead for the last 3 years.
And not only that, but she was one of the most liberal justices on the court. So she was not a neutral arbiter.
Not at all.
Not at all.
How about if we just do away with these lifetime appointments for these fucking people?
Well, even Mark Levin is in agreement with that. He's like saying that there should be a term limit for that.
Yeah, and it should be short.
Yeah.
It should be like 4 years. Yeah, all of this should be like 4 years. Senate, Congress, President.
Well, Congress is 2 years.
Well, but they keep staying forever.
Well, that's because they keep getting reelected. But
that's what I mean. It should be like 4 years total, and you're out.
Oh, you mean
like a president?
You mean
term limits?
Yeah, one and done is what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. It should turn over all the time.
I get you. Yeah, and I agree with that.
You know, it should never. There should never be a situation where it can stagnate. You should never have people like Nancy Pelosi or Biden. What's Biden been there 47 years or whatever?
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's been there since like the early 90s or the late 80s.
How can you tell me that somebody that has not lived in the community with the people of the community can have the will of the community at heart? Joe Biden, where's Biden even from? Delaware?
Delaware, yeah.
Do you really think Joe Biden knows what the day-to-day struggles are of people that live in fucking Dover, Delaware?
Well, he's lunch bucket Joe.
No, he's not. he's I don't work for you, Joe.
Right.
You know, he's a fucking deep state Hollywood or Washington elitist. He doesn't know what his fucking people are doing in his own state. He doesn't know.
Oh, come on. He's a man of the people.
I'll bet you he can't name three new developments in Delaware. I'll bet you he can't name three new neighborhoods that have sprung up in his hometown, whatever his hometown is, since he was elected. I'm sure there's 3 developments that have come up in whatever his hometown is since he was elected, don't you think? In 1971 or whatever it was. You know, I'll bet you there's 3 neighborhoods that have popped up in his home city, and I guarantee he can't name them because he's been in Washington. He doesn't represent his people. He represents what the system is telling. And that's how all of these assholes are. They all need to be thrown out. I'll argue all day long. It's time to get rid of the Congress and the Senate completely. Get rid of it. We don't need it. We don't need them. They don't represent us anyway. Have a fucking election on bills. Make a mandate that no bill can be longer than 3 pages, double spaced, 12 point font, so that you have an exact number of words that can be on a fucking page. And it's short and it's to the point and it's not all legalese up to death to where people don't understand it. And have an election once a month where people go to the library the first Saturday of every month and vote on whatever's new and let them decide for themselves. I'm for that, which is I know kind of against electoral college and all the other shit. But if you really want to do it, then let's start by getting rid of these people that falsely claim that they represent us and just represent ourselves. Let's do it. Let's see what happens if we did that.
Yeah.
Because if you got rid of the people in the Congress and the Senate, then you wouldn't have the people leaning you toward these power positions. Because there'd be nobody to gain the power.
Yeah, of course. But and you would take all the lobbyist money out of that too.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to come door to door and pay you for your vote.
No, you just take that out of there.
Yeah.
If you did that, then you don't leave any power structure to be built. Right now, by having it where you could be a fucking senator for goddamn 93 years, if that's how long you live. How long was Ted Kennedy a fucking senator? 55 years or some shit?
Some shit like that, yeah.
55 fucking years. And this guy killed people, for God's sakes. And you let him stay forever. That guy should have been in and out in 4 years and sent back into Massachusetts. Go live up there. Go fucking mourn the chick you drowned, you fucking asshole. It's like all of this needs to be fucking redesigned. It's 2020 now. This shit is designed off of a model that included people riding a horse from California to fucking Philadelphia in order to share the opinions of their people.
Right.
That day is done. If somebody in California sneezes, somebody in fucking New York or wherever will say Gesundheit. It's like fucking A. It's time to redo this shit. Fuck this shit, man.
I agree.
All right, I'm done yelling.
All right, well, let's take a break and let's come back and wrap up the show.
All right.
I'll let you pick a tune.
All right, I'm gonna go with Except Son of a Bitch. How about that? That's how I feel toward all these assholes. Nothing
right.
But sons of bitches.
All right. Well, as you hear the rage going on in Chris's voice here.
Yeah.
If you haven't had any kind of if you haven't gone out there and done your civic duty,
yeah, go do it.
I would hope that would motivate you to get out there and do your civic duty.
No shit, do something.
Yeah.
Don't sit back and be a fucking tool.
All right. Well, here it is. This is Accept with Son of a Bitch.
Yeah.
Exclusively here
On your classic metal show.